Hi guys, this is JJ. Welcome back to my channel. So since my last unboxing video, I have had a chance to remove the model car from the external packaging, and I have had a good look both outside and inside of this 1:18 scale Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta made by LCD Models. I am still very impressed with this model car. So if you guys have it, enjoy it. If you haven't got one, try and find yourself one, because you will not be disappointed, and I strongly recommend you to add one of these model to your collections. It is simply amazing. I am still very impressed with the model car. So this model car in real life, the HP Barchetta, there's only 3 ever made. One of them is being owned by Hiroshi Pagani himself as a gift from Pagani factory. One of them, as I mentioned, had an incident previously, so I believe currently is probably under repair. And then the third one, which I don't have information about, so if you guys know anything, then feel free to drop a comment to the comment box and share the knowledge. So with this model, this is a diecast model. I really like the Pagani Zonda Barchetta. I like the shape of it. I think it looks a bit better than, I won't say better, it doesn't look as simple as the Zonda F. It has got more body styling around. I actually own quite a few of this Pagani HP Barchetta, but all my other models in 1:18 scales, they are made by BBR, and this one is made by LCD Models, and I decided to go for this model because this is made with die cast and also it's fully openable, whereas the BBR is made of resin and you can't open any of the panels. And I would really like to see the details inside the panels to, get to learn about the car a little bit more. So without further ado, I will pick up the model to show you guys all the good details about this model car, and I will walk you through everything that I see and why I would encourage you to try and find one and add one to your collections. As the car is very detailed, so I will have to split the reviewing video into 2 parts. So this part 1, I will mainly be going through all the details that you could see without opening any panels, and then part 2 of the video, which I will try and upload in a week time, that video will show you all the extra details that you cannot see right now without opening any panels. So I hope you guys will enjoy it, and if you like it, make sure you give me a thumbs up and click the notification bell, so my next video, when I review the inside detail, you're not going to miss it. So let's stop the spinning top. The design of the car is simply amazing, I have to say. It is very aerodynamic, and I will explain exactly why. So first of all, as the car is moving forward, the air will get pushed through from the front. It will cool the radiator or the intercooler underneath the front trunk, and then the air will exit from the vent here, and then it will get channeled around the cockpit, and then some of the air would go into another duct to cool the engine, same as the other side. Some air would flow upwards to hit the rear wing to create downforce for the Zonda. You can see there is a front ganache that's also to give additional downforce to the front on top of the bottom splitter. The side mirrors, they are also designed in a very clever way to channel air through to duct some of the air into the rear air duct, and that will go into the engine bay as well. Now, looking at the side of the car, where you can see the carbon fiber pattern, so the air that travel round the front bumper pass through the alloy wheels, and then there is a wind deflector right there, and then it will guide the air to flow through this channel, and then there is another air deflector right there, or wind blade, to guide the air further to the back, and then they will come out past the rear wheel and then exit from the rear bumper. It's very, very cool. So what I will do next, I will pick up the model car and I will show you all the good details on the exterior. Okay, so as you can see, I'm wearing gloves when I'm handling the model car because I don't want to put my fingerprint on the model. There are some probably from the LCD assembly team, or it might be from the agent who opened the model to check the car for me before sending it to my address. But I will give the car a proper clean before I displayed it in my display cabinet. You might notice like I have different color or different material gloves on. This one is like fabric, so if I do see any fingerprint I could just polish it off easily, but this doesn't give me a lot of grip, whereas I like wearing plastic disposable gloves. This gives me a lot of grip, so that's the reason why I'm wearing two different ones. When you get model cars like this, you really need to get some extra tools, because this Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta, it only comes with the screwdriver, which comes with a big cross screw tips to remove the model car from the base. It also comes with a smaller cross screw for you to tighten any hinges inside the car, and that's about it. But what you really need, normally LCD would give you a panel opening keys, but in this model you don't have it, so you need to have your own or get it from your other Auto Art or Solido or LCD model. They normally provide you with one of these panel opener. So this is what you need first, and then for this specific model car you would also need some tweezer, because some of the parts are quite difficult to handle with fingers. They're quite small and intricate, and you need the small tools to help you feed the certain parts into the buckle. But I will show you maybe in my next video, because this video is just about the external area. So I will show you in my next video as promised. So let's pick up the car and we'll start from the underside. So the underside is pretty flat. So if you look at the front, the whole front underside splitter is made out of a carbon fiber effect wrapped. So this is done really nicely. And then from this point onwards, all the way to the back, to here, let's say. So this is a carbon fiber texture panel, and you can see the stamped LCD models 1:18 scale Pagani Zonda HP, but they didn't mention the Barchetta or Barchetta. And then the model is made in China. And then further at the back, so from this line onwards, you see the rear diffuser. I believe this is also textured carbon. It feels like it. But this small area, that is actually a separate piece, and it is wrapped with carbon fiber decal, which is really nice. You can see it's a slightly different color here and the front splitter. And you can see the front tire, it's got a nice tread, same as the rear one, and the rear tires are a lot thicker or wider than the front because this car is a rear-wheel drive car. So looking at the front, gotta be really careful when picking up a model like this because there's so many parts that stick out and you don't want to risk damaging it while handling the model car. So let's start from the front. Excuse me. So the headlamps, they have the carbon fiber wrapped decal, which is done really nicely. So if I zoom in, you can see the details of the headlamp. The outside one has the projectile style semicircle or half a sphere inside, which is very detailed. And then the inner one, you can actually see the small bulb inside, very detailed, and obviously with the front indicator as well. Same on the other side. On the tip of the nose, you can see the initial HP, Horatio Pagani, and then the body of the car is pure white, is gloss white, and then you have all of these lovely carbon fiber decal wrapped around, and even have a blue outline next to the carbon fiber. It looks really good. There are two air vents, so the air goes in from the bottom. Let me show you the lower splitter. This is done really nicely and it's shiny. You can see there are fog lamps as well. The details are pretty good as well. And then you can see there is a bracket next to the fog lamps is to help to duct air into the front trunk area. And there's also a few mesh that you could see, and it's perforated so you can see right through to what's behind. It's very nice. I really like that. And as I mentioned, the ganache, that is also wrapped in carbon fiber. It's done really nicely and it's glossy. Even the lower bumper area, there's two stripes of carbon fiber as well. Now the air outlet on the front hood, you can see there are little silver dots. So these are supposed to be the screws to install the air outlet duct. They're very small, but they are there. If this is a BBR model, BBR models would have installed the real metal screws, probably slotted screw as well, because when I looked at my BBR Zonda HP Barchetta, I could see the metal screw had a slot on the top, whereas this one is just painted on, but it still looks really good. And then you have the Pagani Zonda logo in the middle. So this is a sticker, I believe, and it is slightly raised, but the detail is there. You can actually read Pagani. And then the carbon fiber pattern extend all the way up to the windscreen area, to the A pillar. And then at the bottom of the windscreen you will see the plastic molded windscreen wiper. It's pretty nice, it's very detailed, and you could see the small dot painted in silver as well, which is really cool. LCD didn't have to paint that, but it's good that they did. It kind of draw your attention to look at the wiper blade. The windscreen itself is pretty clear. On the top left corner of the windscreen, you will see the number 20 and also the name Zonda written across it. So that is just to tell you that is the 20th anniversary of Zonda. And then look on the dashboard. You can see there's a lot more carbon fiber effect wrapped around it, all the way to the air outlet. There's actually 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and each of the outlet is painted in a silver color and also have the HP logo printed on it. And each of the outlet is wrapped in a nice carbon fiber decal as well. And same goes to the steering wheel cluster. And you could also see the tiny little bolt around, which is very, very detailed. And then the carbon fiber pattern, obviously. Now, look at the side mirror. That is also done really nicely with the carbon fiber decal wrapped around, including the side mirror arm. Same as the other side. The side mirror, you can actually move them around, but I won't recommend you to keep playing with it in case the side mirror decided to be undone and come off. There's a fine fiber there as well. Try and get it out. There we go. And right behind the side mirrors, you will also see the louvers. That is also wrapped with carbon fiber, and it is perforated. You can see right through to the underside. Right there. It's done really nicely. Very, very neat. So the carbon fiber carried on the side doors, underneath the clear window, and also with the blue stripes run along with the carbon fiber wrapped around the cockpit area. And then you will see this really nice air scoop behind the driver and passenger seat. And this again is wrapped in carbon fiber with the very clear tricolore that runs all the way through from the spine to the engine area. The air scoop has a silver inlet, and there's also a mesh as well, which is perforated, done really nicely. And on top of the engine area, there's also another real mesh that's perforated, and you could see right through to the engine. And then there's a signature showing Zonda HP Barchetta at the back, and then the carbon fiber stripes with the blue outline continue all the way to the rear, to the rear wing. It's done really nicely. On the right hand side is the same. The only difference is you get the fuel filler cap, and that is in a polished metal color, and it is quite detailed. Okay, and then you probably have noticed the rear engine air duct is also wrapped in carbon fiber with the silver inlet, and this one also, there's a mesh in the middle, and same as the other inlet for to the engine bay. They're all with perforated mesh. I'll show you the other side quickly. There and there. Very cool, very detailed. What else? Let's look at the rear wing as well while we're here. So you can see the spine that runs all the way to the rear, and then you have the rear wing upright, or the strut, that is painted in a polished silver color. The wing itself is also wrapped in full carbon fiber decal, which is very nice. And you can also see the tiny little screws as well, and these are not just silver dots. You can actually see LCD have tried to mold the little dots with the slotted top. I'll zoom in to show you guys. Right, it's very detailed. And just look at the carbon fiber pattern. It's really good. Okay, so underneath the rear wing, you also see the two rear wing deflector right there, and the two blades are also wrapped in carbon fiber decal, as you can see. So Let's look at the car from the side. This car does come with suspension, both front and rear. Very nice. It actually have more than just a spring for each of the wheels. They actually installed the full working suspension system, but I will show it to you in my next video when I have the front trunk open. So looking at the wheel, it's done really nicely. So starting from the tire tread, they're nice. The tire wall marking, there's a pre-rally logo, and then the gold stripe and P0 and the HP logo on the tire wall. The rims itself, it's painted really nicely. So if you look at the wheel dead straight, it looks like it is mostly silver with the gold highlights. And if you looked at it at an angle, it looks mainly gold with a bit of silver, which is really cool. And let me show you another close-up. Pay attention to the silver rim. So at 12 o'clock is actually printed. Let me try and zoom in. Right about there is actually printed Pagani, and on the other side is printed Zonda HP, and you could also see the tire pressure valve. So all the details are there, which is really cool. And then the wheel also come with a silver locking nut with the black center. And if you look through the wheels, you will see the big blue caliper, and it's printed Zonda HP Barchetta on it. The brake disc rotor itself is also done really nicely. It looks a bit rough, but because I am very zoomed in to the brake disc, and you can see it is painted in a grayish silver color, and it is a split brake disc. You can see the center of the brake disc has a gunmetal color, and there's also the silver bits around it, which is very nice. And if you look behind the brake disc, you can also see the gold suspension arms. Looking at the rear wheel, it's pretty similar to the front. The blue caliper with Zonda HP Barchetta signature on it. And in addition, you also have this black handbrake caliper as well for the rear wheel. And equally, they have done a really good job for the rear brake disc as well. Very nice. And also have the blue locking nut with the black center, and also have the tire pressure valve and tire marking Pirelli Zonda HD underneath, and on the other side is P0 HP and the Pagani logo on the rim. pretty details, right? Now you start to understand why I like this model car a lot. So moving on from the side, you can see there is a side indicator right behind the front wheel. It's done pretty nicely in silver, and right behind the indicator you can see the name Pagani as well. And you can see the very beautiful carbon fiber channel at the bottom with the air deflector right at the front, and then the air will pass through this indented area, and then there is another air blade right here to keep the air in, and then the air will exit in front of the wheel and then get passed along the rear wheel as well. And just to show you guys, there is a mesh there as well. You can see right through to the engine bay, and there is also another mesh right there in that gap, which you could see better from in front of the rear wheel, which is here, right there. You will also see the Hiroshi Pagani signature in front of the rear wheel, and it is the same on the other side. It's got a really nice photo etch signature sticker on it, and I'll show you the mesh as well. It's right there, you can see right through to the engine, and same as the tiny little mesh in front of the rear wheel. It's very, very cool. So on the door you also see the keyhole, which is a separate part. It looks really cool. There is a indentation for you to open the door, and on top of it you can see there is a blue strap, and that is to strap the engine hood to the area behind this door, which I will show you in my next video. So towards the rear end, this whole part is including the tire or wheel shield. All of that is also done with carbon fiber wrapped around. Same on the right hand side. Now the entire rear end that you could see, that is done with the carbon fiber wrapping, and it is done really beautifully. Right in the center you will see there is a plaque which shows Pagani. Underneath it you have the horizontal LED brake lights, and you can actually see the individual LED as well. And then the side main brake light, you also see the individual LED as well. Same as the other indicator and rear fog lamps. They're all done really nicely, and it's very, very detailed. And then at the center, inside the black circle, you will see the iconic quad exhaust from Pagani, and I believe these are made with metal parts, because when I touch them without my glove, it feels a lot cooler than the other service area, so I believe they are metal. On the left and right side of the exhaust, you also see the mesh, and that allows you to see right through to the engine bay, and you know, without opening the engine hood, you can see there's a lot of details in there already. And there's also a red light in there as well. Right underneath the exhaust pipes, there is a number plate area, and let me show you. Again, it's the number 20 with the word Zonda across it, and right underneath is basically the Italian word of anniversary. Pretty nice, right? And then directly under the number plate, you will see this triangular shape, and that also have two mesh on it, and you can see right through to the engine. And this small triangular shape is also wrapped with carbon fiber, so only the very bottom rear diffuser are made out of texture carbon fiber, which is molded plastic. Everything else that you see here, they're all wrapped in carbon fiber. There's also a photo etch signature showing Zonda HP Barchetta. Very, very nice. Now, let me show you the difference color on the wheels. So the left hand side is silver and gold color with gold tire wall markings. On the other side is blue and silver on the main rims, and then the tire wall marking is done in a blue color. So I guess the blue match with the blue interior, the blue outlines everywhere. It looks kind of cool, but I still prefer the gold and silver color. Okay, so since we don't need to open anything to see the interior, so I'll give you a quick look around as well, and I'll probably zoom in a lot more in my next video so you can see the very, very fine details that I really like. But just have a quick look, you can see the level of detail that they have put into the model. It's very, very cool. So that is it for part 1, to have a quick review of the exterior of the Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta. I I hope you guys enjoy it so far. And if you are interested in seeing the interior details, then make sure you click the notification bell, you have subscribed to my channel, and you will not miss my next video. I think I've covered pretty much everything that you could see from the outside. Let's have another quick look. There is something that I have forgotten to mention. So above the rear diffuser, but below the, let's say, this Zonda Barchetta signature, you can actually see there are some louvers inside. Probably easier to see from the left hand side. So I noticed that earlier when I was looking at the diffuser, and I spotted the louvers. It looks pretty cool. It's a very, very detailed model, and I cannot recommend it enough. So if you can find one on eBay, get it. If you can't find one, then go to the LCD Models website. I'm sure you will be able to find something. Might be able to find the model in a different color as well. I know previously they have already released one in blue carbon fiber version, and this is the newer version from LCDs. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and find it useful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. And I will see you in my next video. Take care for now, guys. Bye bye.